We're still in the period of Christmas, which we call Christmas season, and so we continue to reflect on the mystery of God becoming man. So since Monday, we have been listening from St. John as we try to reflect on his message in his first letter. Since St. John has 3 letters, but the first letter we are taking, considering this whole week, we end tomorrow. So the letter of John covers 5 chapters, and we are in the 3rd chapter. And you notice, some of you who are here every day, the language is repetitious. He repeats his message, because sometimes we say repetition is the mother of all learning. When you keep repeating something, it means it's very important. And so John, the evangelist, and the apostle, is known as the apostle of love. And in his writings, he would make a contrast: darkness, light, truth, lies, division, union. So there's this strong contrast in the language of John. So in the first reading, we heard how we are expected to love, because we can say love is in our system. Love is in our DNA, because we are created according to God's image and likeness. And so we have to be true to our identity. Even if man has sinned, God's love didn't change. It continues to empower us. And then, so he said, don't imitate Cain, who killed his brother, because you are asked to love. And to whom does he refer to when he speaks about love? To Jesus, who gave his life, who emptied himself for us, that we may once again be restored to our beauty and to our dignity. So this is what St. John emphasizes. And so this message should go beyond the Christmas season. For we see Christmas not just an event that we celebrate for 1 week or 2 weeks. No. Christmas should create in us an attitude. As St. Paul tells us, put on the mind of Christ. And when we put on the mind of Christ, we think like Christ. We see things, we see the world, we see ourselves the way God sees us. He will always see us with love, mercy, and compassion. And so we ask for the grace that though we end Christmas season by Monday, because Sunday is Feast of the Epiphany. The following day will be the Feast of the Lord's Baptism, Monday. And then Tuesday will be ordinary time. It means that, we follow a certain sequence. So we now focus on discipleship, what it means to follow Jesus. And so we hear in the gospel since yesterday the call of the first disciples of Jesus. And what do we see? There is that joy in discovering Jesus in their lives. That's true for Peter, Andrew, but of course today we hear about Philip and then Nathaniel. Just like in each one of us, I'm sure there is the joy of having known Jesus. And yet this joy continues to deepen in us as we share what we have discovered in life. The joy of coming to know Jesus. Jesus who gives us strength, who gives us light, in spite of the difficulties, struggles that we will face each day in this new year. So once again, Jesus tells us, I am with you. You will never be alone. I will empower you. So, Jesus makes the first step. It's not us. Just like the apostles, before they were called, Jesus was already there, working his way through their heart. Same thing with us. When Jesus continues to work in your heart, trying to make you realize how much we are precious to the Lord. So our response should be that of a generous disciple, as we see in the people whom he called. They would always be willing to give up things that will not really enhance their relationship with Jesus. No matter who we are, we might be religious, lay people. What's important is we remove anything that hinders a beautiful, a deep relationship, friendship with God. That's why we come to church every day, to celebrate the Eucharist, to be fed by the Word, to be fed by His body and blood, to be fed every time we meditate, we try to pray. God will always be there for us. He is Emmanuel, a God who journeys with His people, a God who shares the pains, the struggles, the dreams of His people, so that He will fulfill the things that He has implanted in the hearts of all. A new heart, a new creation, a new heaven. Amen.